Hi, I'm Deborah Atkinson, host of Flipping 50 TV and the Flipping 50 podcast. And if you're a woman who's approaching 50 or you've turned the corner on 50 and you're battling some extra weight or just not even extra weight, but it's just kind of extra inches and extra fluffiness, right? You know what I mean? It's just a little softer in places where you don't want it to be, namely the belly, maybe the bat wings, and maybe just you're seeing a little cellulite for the first time ever and you're fit, you're exercising. Maybe on the flip side, you aren't exercising. Maybe you never thought you had to and suddenly you do. Any of those describe absolutely the people who are students in my classes, clients that I've worked with one-on-one for 34 years in some capacity or another. But here's the real truth. So let's get to the meat of what's going on. It's not menopause. It's not just hormone change. So if we're honest with ourselves and we look at ourselves at age 50 or 55, or maybe it's happening for you at age 60, you sailed through menopause, thought you were doing fine, and then suddenly it hits you later. That also happens to a lot of the women I've worked with. But if you look and are very honest about compare now to when you were 40 or when you were 30, knowing that your metabolism was already a little bit higher, and I'll tell you why that's true in just a second. But if you look at your activity level, not just your exercise, how often did you go run or go walk or bike, and how often did you lift weights, but look at the rest. How active were you in your daily life? Getting up earlier, being active, maybe it was preparing meals, doing laundry, doing a lot of things for a lot of different people in your life, just kept you busy. So you were less sedentary, maybe spent back then a little less time in front of a computer. So if you really look at your activity level, that's changed. It's gone down. And if that's true, you've got to say that's definitely one factor. So it's not just menopause. Hormone changes may certainly sway the scale a little bit, but they will even more so if that inactivity is there. And then look at your wine habits and your social eating habits right now. How much more frequently are you eating out and or having a cocktail in the afternoon or two or three than you did, say, when you were 40 or when you were 30? And you've got to factor that in. We've kind of become a society that cherishes that wine time, right? And time with our friends often evolves around food, and it's not always healthy. So granted, sometimes it can be, and depending on where you live and the environment you've put yourself in, choose your friends very wisely. It may or may not be more or less healthy. But those are two big factors that will also amplify anything that's going on or going wrong haywire wise with your hormones. So now let's talk about exercise and the value of it. Why is that metabolism slowing down? It's not simply because that's age and that's what happens. Do not accept that. You don't have to settle for that. It's been true of prior generations because of the fact that we lose about half a pound of lean muscle mass a year after about the age of 25, we peak. Now, there's no telling whether you or I start losing that muscle mass right at 25 or we start to lose it right at 30, but right in there, that window happens when, if we are not strength training specifically, that means you can be all the active you want. You can be a swimmer, you can be a runner, you can be a fitness instructor. But if you're actively not lifting weights in a way that gives you more lean muscle tissue or prevents those losses from happening, the average of 5 or half of a pound a year, every year since you were 30, that's pretty big, right? So let's give you the benefit of the doubt and say it didn't happen for you until you were 30. But if you're 50, you've been losing that for now 20 years. Half a pound a year. So where are you now? Not in great shape, right? So if you're 60 or you're 70 and you've never lifted weights before, I know I was just a buzzkill, but I'm gonna save you. It's not too late. So no matter how old you are, you can start, and here's the kind of progress that you see. What we know on average, if you start doing a good strength training program, just high quality, the basics, nothing crazy, no burpees, no nothing that's going to put you at risk, you can do about a 4 pound loss of fat per month and a 3 pound gain of lean muscle tissue. Now, I know you may think, gain weight, I don't want to gain anything, but you do. You want to gain lean muscle mass because that's metabolically active tissue and fat is not. So if you are losing fat and you're gaining muscle, the scale is not your best friend, right? To tell you, oh yeah, you're being successful, because it's not going to change a lot. But what will change is the way your clothes fit. I just had a client last week write in her report, her prep form right before her coaching call and say, I haven't been on the scale, which is applause, applause from Deborah, right? That's good because the scale lies. She said, but I pulled on a pair of pants that I hadn't worn for a while. They're a size 10 and they literally fell off. They fell down. I mean, a belt wouldn't even save these and make them look okay. They literally don't work anymore. And that's thrilling. She just started really trying in January. So at the beginning of the year, started working with me a little while after that. She'd been on a roll a bit by herself and then needed a kick. So this is early September while I'm posting this. She's lost so much that, she's shoot, right? Gotta go shopping. But that's the good news, is that your clothes, your inches, those things are going to change. People are going to notice things about you changing and they're going to say, did you get a haircut? They won't necessarily know what it is. Some will. Those who haven't seen you for a while are going to notice a lot faster than others do. But it's all a matter of looking at what are you doing now. It's not just hormones. And if you have the right activity level, you have the right approach to your nutrition, you're really taking a look at, are you putting a lot of sugar in by adding that alcohol to your diet? And what would happen if you left that out for a while, just till you get back to 100% you and feeling like you? And if that all resonates with you and you want some more specifics on what does the right kind of exercise look like, jump in with me to a 5-day flip. I'm going to give you right away just an instant, at a glance, take a look at my highest priority activities. So I'm an entrepreneur, fitness professional, yes, but we too spend more time behind the desk and the computer than we ever did before, because that's how I'm talking to clients around the world via Skype. So I know exactly what your problem is, and sometimes I only have 20 minutes a day. So it's, what do I do in that 20 minutes? And what is going to give you the most metabolism boost in the least amount of time? When you're busy, this is your go-to list. And even if you have more time, you want to be sure that you put those high priority things high up early in every workout so that you do them while you're fresh. The things that matter most, you always want to do first. So you get that, and then you get 5 days of super short exercise videos, a couple strength training, a couple cardio, and then a recovery day. So you understand the benefit and how you would structure a workout week. So you wouldn't just go gung-ho, hard, 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 hard. We actually do it in a way that you get a little hard work, you get a little recovery. You get a little hard work, you get a little recovery. And that's what makes progress count and gets you to be flipping 50, feeling amazing, and loving the body that you live in. So if you love that, jump in. I'll see you on the flip side.